Hey, welcome back to Sodatime Restoration. We're coming into that home run stage on the 56. It is looking fabulous. Today we'll finalize the decals, put the shells in. The compressor we've had running, sitting there running right around 32. Hang on, and let me grab a few things and we'll be right back. All right, we're gonna get started on the side decals today. I've kind of done a little bit of preliminary stuff, how I kind of line them out. Just something that helps when you get ready to apply your decal down. You can kind of tell where you need to be at, your height you want to be at. If they've got good straight edges on the cut, that helps too. So we're going to take this one off, kind of give you a little bit of a shot of how to put probably one of the larger decals, except for the ones on the inside of the machine. When you're peeling these off, pull them off at an angle. When you get down to the real small letters, sometimes that you want to make sure they peel off with your backing. Start from the top, go to the bottom. Get your two corners lined up, and then I always start at the top, work myself on down. Try to keep in this area here especially. Got any bubbles, make sure you get them out before you go any farther, and then just work your way down. And then go over each letter. Each letter, you want to make sure you get it really tight before you peel anything off. All right, here we go. Start in the corner, and when you're peeling down, make sure you are pulling in an angle. It's nice and clean that way. Just like that. So your little metal ones, or vinyl I should say, decals that go on your front, dress it up really nicely. This machine was not a changer machine, so I've got a 56 over here. As you see, it says deposit 2 nickels, dimes, or quarter. This one is only deposit dime or 2 nickels. It does not have a changer on it. We'll start these the same way. I'll start them up in the corner and come down. The foils are a little heavier stock. Don't have usually the bubble issues, but you want to get them squared up. Left and right, just like that. Insert coin. Some of these have a protective coating on it. Get both those down pretty good. This insert coin one has a protective film on it, which is kind of nice when you're installing it. You're not rubbing right on the decal. All right, we'll go on to the bottle opener and coin return. All right, we're going to put the coin return on first. I'll leave a little bit of gappage. Don't put it right on top of it. Give it a little bit of gappage so it's got a little bit of paint between the letters and the bezel there. And these are the ones you want to probably give a little bit more time and attention to, being small letters. You got to watch when you're peeling them off that they don't leave anything. When you're peeling it, peel it in an angle, just like so. And the bottle opener. like so. And then you'll have your do not deposit coin if bottles are not visible. And you're going to try to stay right underneath the coin door with this. Leave just a little bit of red gap underneath that, like so. Once again, small letters, work them in really good. I always like to make sure that the coin bent deal doesn't hit on that. If it does, you're going to have to change something there. I don't think I've ever had that happen though. Let's move on to the inside of the machine. Man, it is looking good. So on the inside, you'll have a bezel. I call it the bezel ring. It's an entry ring's what it really is. That will go around this. The old ones were, probably if you look when we did this one, I think it was literally broke off in pieces. But these new ones, the foam pad on it, really, if you got anything vibration wise, this will stop it. It tightens everything up pretty good. So it fits really nicely. Just like that. Yeah, you can really feel it, really firms it up. A little gasket around the entry plate. All right, we'll go to the inside. You'll have a loading instruction. So kind of give you a example, show you what originally we had here. That's the original, all the decals that were on it. 56 multi-drink, a special one for the 56. Even though they are all the same, but that one will definitely nice to have one that just says the 56 on it. You got your patent notice, 7 of 57. That's exactly the one that we've got that we're going to be putting on. And then in the bottom left, the old wiring diagram for the 56. We've got that too. So pretty cool. Let's get those put on. So we'll do the big one, the loading instructions. It goes right underneath the ridge. I drop it down about an inch. That's the way the factory did. Give it a little bit of an inch gap. Factory kind of left it a little bit to the left. I want to center it a little bit better. Sometimes on the bigger ones like this, I will just fold it back. Just fold the top edge back like so. That way you don't have a big old decal you're trying to put on. If you need to come back off like that, you can. And I hold the card out like this and then work my way down. And your loading instructions are on. We'll go down to the little lower here. We're going to be putting on the wiring diagram. It was mounted at the bottom left. Make sure all your bubbles are out. That looks good. And now the patent notice. July 1957. Patent notice. Very cool. We're going to get the little triangle cokes on. These are water release. So if you've never used a water release, I'm going to show you how to check these and how to know exactly how to get them off the paper. We're going to stick one at a time in the water right now. Let it soak just a little bit. On the 56, it will have 3. Now it's moving. If you can move it like that, you're ready to go. So here we'll take it over to the machine. One thing about water release, you can kind of move it around. The marking will always be in this bottom right corner. Give you a little bit of an example on this Other 56 that we've got here, as you can see, kind of that bottom right corner is where they're all at. That one's getting loose. I just like turn them over, correct the way they go on, and once you kind of attach them, you can kind of just slide them right off, like so. Take your rag, once you get it positioned the way you want it, dab that a little bit. You can always still reposition for a little bit. Always one thing to remember, these are transition years for Coca-Cola. To put other products in their machines, competitor products basically. With the distribution across the United States, they had not just Coke, they had Dr. Pepper and other brands that they were being put in their machines. So they wanted to make sure those top three selections always had Coke listed. All right, let's move on. Let's go back to the front. Let's put our decal on the door, or have a Coke. If I did anything different, I would cut the trim edge off so you could see exactly where the start and finish of the edge is at, because it's a little bit tough to see. I'm going to stick this top on to see where we're at. Feels good there. There you go. Well, it really dresses the door out when you get that one on. We'll clean up our wiring a little bit and get our cover plate installed. So if you got a cover plate, and I've already buffed this out, you need to take some plumber's putty. This cup will go in there just like that. And I like to be able to, I bring my foam wrap that comes up from on the tubing. I like to bring that up. It just gives it a really nice, good, clean look. And then fill this top, all this area here, with some plumber's putty. I've seen people not put this in there. This is an area where you will lose a lot of cold air down through this line where your lines come through. So make sure you get this filled up really good so all your lines are sealed off, no air coming through there. But just take some plumber's putty like this. It's a little tight when you first do it. You'll have to smash it in there a little bit to get it all really good and tight. Take your zip tie on this first piece right here, and I do it kind of low, and this will pull this all together really good. Probably a little bigger zip tie than I really needed, but it's still going to work. I like to pull that up really super clean. Keep that tight. Right there, we'll clip that off. And you'll just have to really push this in to get your line set back on, all right? Sometimes you wonder if it's ever gonna get back together. You got so much stuff in there, but I'd rather be full of the putty, and we can always take a little out. So as it eases out, take a little bit off, and take this one here and push it around all your cabling so everything is covered. And we still got a little bit of tightening to go. There, we're all the way down, and we're all the way down. So as you get a little extra coming out there, you can cut that off. But this makes a very, very good tight fit. We're ready to put in some shelves. These have been powder coated. We'll go ahead and set them to the to the back side. So 3 of them, or actually 4 of them, where there looks like somebody had to buy some regular shelving for this at one point in time. Didn't have the sliders on it. The sliders on this one here, if you've taken some off to go to the powder coater, there is a rivet that comes up and replaces the backside rivet, like so. And then this screw here will come down through the top, like that. And that will get your wheel back on. There we go. The wheel should spin. You will take your spring, loop it through your wheel, hook your loose side first to your slider, and then this one will come up through the other side of that cavity all the way to the top and hook it into that little hook right there. And there you go. And there it is. 2 of those left. All right, all the shells are in. I always put look like a little compressor tag. Factory had them on there. Sometimes you get some, they're in still pretty good shape. You don't want to get too close to the fan. Just gives it that new look. So one of the things about mounting in that area, I just thought of this. We do have a drain tube that we need to be paying attention to. Let's get this a little closer. That may not be a good place for the card. Let's see how that hits. This drain tube needs to reach right over in that area there. Let's get our drain catch set up here. Let's hook it into the tray like so. Looks like it's going to drip all right. We'll have some wafers that we'll be putting in there. It could go still there. Something like that. We'll see how our wafers get in the way. But drain pan is pretty well done. The base looks good. This is looking good. We'll continue to watch this to get any excessive putty that might be coming out. It's looking pretty good. We have missed one other piece. We'll go back, get our kick plate put on. Now we've got the bottom kick plate installed. Feel everything is getting a little tighter as we go. We'll put the Owens Corning fiberglass insulation decal inside the door. You don't see these all the time. I think it's kind of just a cool thing to have, but you'll see them in quite a few. We'll do this right pretty well right here in the middle. Kind of give it that, first thing you look in there, you see that decal in there. Coming up on our last item, and it's the outside exterior plates. And I said when I took these off, I felt these were originals. And I've kind of cleaned them up with a little bit of Vivid Restore. Just kind of polish them up a little bit, but the other ones were not sticking very good. I don't know what they used or how long they had been on there, but it's got a little bit of a paper back on the back, so I'm going to use a super trim adhesive first. That seems to work best in the automotive field. So we're using a 3M. It's nothing crazy. It all fits into a cavity, so once you get it on, I didn't put too much to the outside edges. I'll keep some pressure on this for a while. I just like it because I don't want it to run out. Tomorrow morning I have a whole bunch of stuff running out of the bottom of it here. That feels pretty good. That little chrome strip really dresses the machine out, no doubt. Boy, if those are the originals, that is a plus. I've seen where they've tore them up, getting them off, and they've had to put other stuff in there. This has just got a nice grid work on it. All right, let's put the second one on. So far, it feels good. Try to do it from the inside out. I don't see anything oozing out. Hey, I hope you picked up some good information tonight. The 56 has just come out beautiful. We'll do the finale on this machine and go over everything we've done on this machine. But hey, hit that subscribe button if you want to stay connected. We've got some good stuff coming up. Obviously, we've got an 81 that we've got tore down that is going to be one of our next projects. But thanks for viewing, and we'll catch you on the next one, which will be a finale. Thanks a lot.